Hi guys, welcome back to GAMESRADAR at PAX. We're here with Felicia Day. We're chatting her new game and a bunch of other stuff. So let's get right into it.
What's up?
What's going on?
I'm here. I'm here at PAX East.
In the flesh.
I have not been here for years.
Really? When was the last time you were here?
Oh my gosh, it must be 5 years at least. I think I did something with Microsoft. I can't even remember, honestly. I walked down the stairs, I'm like, look at all the colors. It was so, and I got that longing, like, I want to see it all. And then also, like, I want to go home. So, I don't know if anybody else has that impulse when they go to a huge convention. Yeah, okay, good.
Does it feel bigger than it did 5 years ago?
Yeah, it does. It feels like just more, feels more Vegas-y. There's just a lot more boo, boo, and like the booths are bigger, but yeah, it's about standard, you know what I'm saying? It has that dark, creepy feel that it is Vegas. It's kind of like, Vegas, like Fallout at night kind of thing.
Fallout New Vegas?
Hey!
So you're here mostly promoting a game that you lent your lovely voice to. Could you tell us a little bit
Dungeons
about that?
of Nahelbeck. It is it's a really cool game. It's kind of like it's an RPG. So all the characters are fully voiced, and the characters are. The art is really, really amazing because it's kind of like early WoW. It's like colorful but a fantasy world, and it's super, super funny. And it's based on the source material that I kind of feel a kinship to, because it was basically this guy, I guess 10 years ago or more, just started uploading recordings, not podcasts. Before podcasts, he started uploading recordings of just his RPG group kind of arguing and going through a dungeon. And so it was this huge hit in France. It's a comedy. He did all the voices, and so he did it all himself. So it's kind of like this DIY thing, like the Guild. And I had heard about it many years ago because I went to France to promote the Guild DVD at one point. And I was like, well, this guy just did everything himself. And so now they're doing a video game, and I was so honored to be a part of it because, not only do our roots kind of have that similar feel, but just the humor in it is very similar to what I write myself.
Yeah, that's super interesting. And can you tell us about your character that you play?
Yeah, so I play the wizard. So she is the smartest person in the party. A lot of they're kind of dumb. Some of them are really funny but dumb. I say that only because I'm the know-it-all smart character. And so she's very like uppity, very condescending, but in a funny way. But she has this, there's another character called the ogre who doesn't actually speak. I always translate for him. And he's like my little buddy. So I'm like really sweet to him. I don't know. The writing makes me laugh. It's so fun. And I think people are really going to get a kick out of it.
Do you find there's any similarities between you and your character?
I mean, I can be an obnoxious know-it-all for sure. I think that's kind of my go-to. I don't think they wrote this for me, but certainly Central Casting called. She's also a redhead who wears purple.
I did notice that.
Yeah, she's pretty rad. So I have to say that I really love her character. I just love the aesthetics of the game. It's like, that classic RPG, but in a more bright, colorful kind of manner.
Yeah. Can you tell us a bit more about like the story behind it at all?
Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but basically they're, adventurers. They're going into a dungeon. They're trying to get their way out. But like they have to go through these crazy deep, like some of the characters, I don't want to spoil it, but they're just ridiculous. They're laugh out loud ridiculous. I don't remember if you remember Castle Crashers. You ever play Castle Crashers? That kind of ridiculous, sort of like really broad humor is all through this game. And so this group of adventurers, as you gather your party, you go through the dungeon trying to, basically get out. But all the characters are so distinct. That's what's really fun about it. Like, I think somebody said to me one time that good writing is you can cover up the character name, and if you just read the line, you'll know exactly who it is who said that. This is totally that game.
I feel like from what I've seen, it seems like it's also sort of satirizing the roles that are in typical RPGs.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. The elf ranger is like the dimmest bulb, the poor little thing, she and the ranger is like super like bro-y, and then the barbarian is just a total meathead. Yeah, so yeah, it really does take, and I like I said, it comes the whole origin of the story is it's true to life, so the creator, he kind of was mocking his own RPG group, and like this is just a dude who started doing this with MP3 files and uploading them. It became this huge phenomenon before there was even podcasts. Like podcasts are huge now, but like back then, like there was nothing like that. And so I really admire, this guy just being in his bedroom, like making something that became this huge phenomenon in France.
Yeah, that's so interesting. To have it turn into something like that is even cooler. The
Yeah,
process.
I mean, that's like the beauty of the internet. Like, especially even the things I did. Like, there's no way I could sell like some, the things that I created, to Hollywood. Like, the guild was never option. Like, tabletop, I could never get somebody to do a tabletop show, and yet millions of people want to watch those kind of shows. So like, there's this disconnect between like niche audience, quote unquote niche, and mainstream. And like, I have no interest in most of the stuff that's on television, but I would like watch that in a second. And so that's always been my philosophy, like, make stuff for people who aren't being serviced, make the stuff I would want to watch. And like, really, you have to do it the way that isn't like approved by the man.
Yeah, 100%. And it's really interesting to see you involved with it, because like you said, it's sort of the same trajectory that you took.
For sure. I mean, like, it's even more, huge. Like, I think there's graphic novels, there's like huge comic books that people have found the show. And the fun thing is, like, evidently people have found the property through the comics even more than the audio thing. So like, younger people only know the comics, and the old school knows the audio stuff. So, and hopefully new people will find it through this game. So you don't really need to know the source material at all to play the game.
I love that though. Like, let's not cut anybody off. Anyone
No,
who
not at
comes
all.
from here or there can get involved in it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of the challenge with doing anything video game, like adapting IP for a different format. Like, that's why most video game movies do not work, or video game TV shows don't work, because it's like the game companies are so like catering to their fans, but that's too inside for the mainstream. But then the mainstream people make it really dumb. So it's like, where do you find in the middle that you're satisfying everybody?
Yeah.
And it's very, very rare, I think.
Yeah, I would say so. Definitely. I think the closest thing we've got to something really good is what we all talk about, which is The Witcher.
Yes. Yeah. The Witcher. I think The Witcher has that sort of like cheesy fantasy fun. Yeah.
100%.
I mean, yeah, there was some there was some things I was like, but overall I would be like, oh yeah, I'd watch more of that.
Oh yeah. I'm going to watch it again soon. I mean, it made me start playing the game again.
Yeah, no, that really, it was really cool. And I mean, I would, my dream would be to see like a Fallout show, because I really feel like Fallout, that world would be such a cool venue for stories and just world building.
Well, you did the Dragon Age.
I did
live
Dragon
action
Age
as well.
Yeah,
Would
I
you
did the
want to do the Fallout one? Is this
I mean, yeah, yay, call me. Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, I did that. That was like super early experiment, and I also did a voice in Fallout New Vegas.
Yep.
And so, yeah, sure. Veronica could totally star in her own TV show.
I mean, why not?
I love it.
Do you feel like you have a preference doing voiceover work or live action work? I mean, one, you can kind of just be in your jammies and hang out.
I mean, that's what I really love about voiceover work. Like, just the last couple of years, I had a baby, and like, I had to kind of like, my life shattered, because parenthood is great. You really can't be as fun or have as much fun, but it's all different fun.
Yeah.
Kids are great. So
I love kids.
I do. I love my kid, but I cannot play video games as much as I did, and that is a great loss to my life and the world, I think.
Agreed.
But at the end of the day, like, you just kind of have to retain a little bit of yourself. And
Yeah.
so doing voiceover is a lot easier, and I don't have to leave the town. Most of the acting work I do is in Vancouver. So traveling is a little bit more difficult. So yeah, voiceover is great. It's also just this incredible, skill set that is totally unlike on-camera acting, right? So, you have to be able to act with your voice only, and that requires a lot more expression than you would use, just face to face.
Yeah.
So it really is challenging, and I've taken a lot of classes and done a lot of study just to get better, because it's not just anybody who speaks cannot be a voiceover actor.
Yeah. Well, I definitely could never do that.
Don't sell yourself short.
Who knows, maybe someday.
Yeah.
My dad always did say I had a voice for radio, so
Okay.
a face for radio, part of me.
Your dad said that to you?
Yeah. It was a joke. We're a tough family.
Okay.
Thick-skinned.
All right.
And became a gamer, so I had to have thick skin.
Yeah, you do. You have to. Yeah, I've been with years of therapy of trying to peel that back. What's left? Not much.
No, not much. This has gone dark now. So, like, all your characters that you've done, voiceover, live action, I really want to know which one you think could kick all of their asses.
Oh, wow. Which of the characters
Be
that I've
thinking,
played
like-
could kick everyone's ass? This is a good question. I mean, I think Talus from Dragon Age was the most weapons, able.
Oh, yeah.
I think she was actually an assassin. She was actually trained. You can't find that anymore because Machinima, I guess, went under and they took all the videos off.
Yeah.
So all that work.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's okay. I think they still have a DVD, but I'm not really sure.
Let's get the DVD. Someone find us the DVD.
But I think she was definitely, I spent months training in daggers. Like, I still am like, hey, that was a good skill set.
I think some's on YouTube. There's some stuff on
I'm sure
YouTube.
somebody pirated it.
Low quality YouTube.
Yeah, low quality YouTube. Yeah, so, I think she would be the most skill weapon-wise. But, like, I've shot a lot of guns in my time. And, I mean, guns beat daggers, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just skill level-wise, I think Talus would be the most skillful. And Charlie would probably, she's used a variety of, Charlie from Supernatural has used a variety of shotguns.
She's up there.
Weapons.
She was up there for me when I was trying to
Swords.
figure it. Swords.
Yeah, so she's, I think she was OTJ. She was definitely on the job training, whereas Talus was like an actual trained professional.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would like to see that. One of me would die.
Yeah. Well, that has happened to you before.
Oh, I get killed all the time. I don't know what it is about me. I actually stopped taking jobs where I was dying. I'm just like, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to be Sean Bean anymore.
No.
And then I stopped working.
Have you counted? Are you at a Sean Bean level of?
I don't know.
He's high up there.
He's high there. I think I'm close as a lady.
That's really interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a lady, I'm definitely up there.
I'm gonna do a tally and then.
I'm very
get back to you.
identifiable as a dead person.
Why do you think? I wonder.
I don't know. I don't know why.
Hair color?
I have maybe a killable quality to me.
This is great to say and then just go out into a mass of people.
Yeah, no. I think because, a writer did tell me that they'll never kill the person you wouldn't care about. So, like, inherently.
This is a good thing.
It's a great thing that they kill me off and I can't come back. It's great.
Because people like you. They're killing you because they like you.
Yeah, they want to tug the heartstrings. So I have a likable quality to me, so they want to kill me.
It seems like a really twisted way to say people like you.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's not
But
that
it still
bad,
is a
like,
nice thing.
It's not. The good thing is I'm always on shows that technically I could come back. So like,
and you did that.
I did that on Supernatural. Yeah. So, and then Eureka, I got killed off on that, and then I got brought back as a hologram. So, yeah, they will bring me back. So I just need to stick with like science fiction and fantasy, because if I go to the sort of like procedural, I'll just die and never come back, right?
No, yeah,
you can't come out as a ghost at NCIS.
Flashbacks?
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Good. I like.
Or
the way
like
you think.
all those HBO procedurals now are like.
Oh, they're always like flash
haunting,
forward. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some supernatural stuff involved with them.
Okay. Yeah. No, you can be my agent.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Okay.
Totally. I'll get you on like True Detective season 5 or whatever.
Oh, it sounds so boring. No offense.
No.
There's a lot. There's people way too much pensive looking out a window on that.
There's a lot of like forlorn men.
Yeah, forlorn.
Familial issues.
Yeah. Oh, daddy issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tons of them. I don't know what that's about.
Overcompensating issues.
Never had that before in my life. Okay, so also I know that you stream when you can.
I do stream almost weekly.
Yeah, and you're playing AC Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I can't quit it. I can't stop. I don't play enough to get through it fast enough, because once a week, 3 hours a week, you're just not going to get through much fast, and that's all I can do, y'all. It's all I can do. But it is such a good game. It's made me obsessed with Greek literature, actually. So I've been reading the Odyssey.
That's really interesting.
Itself and the Iliad, and it puts me to sleep in a great way, but also I feel like I'm being educated.
Those are dense.
Oh, it's, if you get a good translation, it actually, because if you read the Iliad, it's like literally the graphic way that he describes an arrow going through someone and like dislodging someone's jaw. I'm like, this is
Tight.
This is kind of like violence porn here, like from 1200 BC.
Yeah, I had to read it
great.
in high school. I should go back into it.
Yeah, there's a new translation. There are a couple new translations by women actually that are really good, and I would highly recommend them.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Do you find streaming for you is like a great way for you to stay in touch with everyone and still
For
play?
sure, yeah. I mean, I left my company, Geek and Sundry, several years ago, and it was just a decision I had to kind of de-stress my life for my health. And it makes me sad because all the things we made there, like from tabletop to Critical Role to like the Guild early on, like that really, was just part of my world. Like making videos was my world, and so I just had to cut back, but I miss it so much. Twitch was always an ecosystem that I really loved. That's why I started the Geek and Sundry Twitch, which led to a lot of really cool shows. And I do it for myself. Like, I donate all the money to charity, and It's really just me keeping in touch with the online world because, you know, Hollywood's okay, but it's not fun for me. It's more of a job. That's my job. And like the online world was like my passion. And so that's kind of the last sliver that I have left, which, you know, I'm working on other things to do online. But yeah, the age of video seems to be over, but it's all about live streaming and podcasting now, which is awesome. So yeah, I have to keep up my stream or I feel like I'm literally losing who I am.
That's important that you do that though, and I know a lot of people tune in. So
yeah, no, I have such an awesome fan base, like just such an awesome group, and the mods will kick anybody who's a jerk, which is super important to me. Like, you know, I was talking about like launching Geek and Sundry back in like 2012 or whatever, and you know you can't moderate, so basically you would have to please everybody for views. So it's like you just sit there and get abused all day in your own videos. You're just like, I don't want to be abused anymore. And so Twitch was this awesome place where I was like, no jerks, just can't come in, just don't.
No jerks allowed.
Yeah, and like you lose some people, but at the same time you gain people who know that they want to hang out there, right? And so I feel like whenever I encourage people to like just really be ruthless about like making the environment of your chat like as wonderful as you would want to be hanging out in yourself, like that'll just attract the right people and they'll stick with you for years, which, you know, I'm very fortunate my community does.
Yay. Well, now I know that you've been streaming AC Odyssey and this cooking game, but do you have anything else that you are looking at in the future? I might say, do you have any games that are on your radar?
Oh, are you gonna
GAMESRADAR?
Yeah, got you. You know, I want to play Baldur's Gate 3, which I hear is coming out. I want to stream Nahoback just because I like to play games with but I would genuinely play the game because it is super colorful. It's turn-based combat. Like everything about it, and it's really funny dialogue. So I would 100%. I'm 100% going to be streaming that, and Yeah, I mean, I like to play more of the indie games. Like, I like to find little dungeon crawlers made by Czechoslovakian people, and like, you know, they're like, "Can you do a voice?" I'm like, I'm a union actor. I'm sorry, I can't. They're like, "We're too small." So anyway, yeah, it's yeah, I like those are my favorite games. Like playing the big ones. I know that, you know, a lot of people play the stream game and they play the most popular game just to get people to watch. But like for me, I just want to have fun because it's literally my 3 hours a week I get to play video games. So
it's your de-stressor. You don't need to be getting involved in some
I don't want to be hunted.
No,
like I just don't want to be hunted on my weekends. Like it's
don't want to
totally
jump into a battle royale.
No, oh god, no.
Shrinking map.
No, oh not at all. No, not at all.
That's not de-stressing.
Not
at all.
Yep.
So you are a mom.
Yes.
Is there like an embargo for if your daughter wants to get involved with games, you would allow it? Is she interested?
Yeah.
I know she's quite little, but
she's only 3. I allow her 15 minutes of app games a day, but she can't watch TV because I'm like, I'd rather her play video games than watch TV because I'm just like, I don't know, at least you're doing something with your finger.
Connecting synapses.
Yeah, you're connecting some neurons. So she gets like letter games and stuff like that. I'm excited to play like I have a Switch and whatever will happen like when she's 5, I want to play Super Mario Kart with her, maybe a little Mario Galaxy. Like on the weekend, we'll do like an hour. Animal Crossing. Like I'm actually pretty excited about it, and I think that's where I'm going to be gravitating more toward the Nintendo games because it's just like I have to make sure that she's not going to be scarred.
She won't be with that. I mean, she's
no, not at all. Like
she's gonna have a cute little village, and
she's gonna. I mean, I'm gonna be like, move over, like give me the controller.
Just fighting over. Yeah,
no, I'm super excited to play with her. Like, I really, you know, I want to show her like that this is something that's positive in her life, and like, you know, it's something that she can add to have fun with her friends, but also for us to bond over.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of putting a moratorium until she's a little bit older, but 5 years old, I was thinking.
That's a good time.
We'll break it out. Until then, I'll play.
Yeah. When did you get involved? Do you remember?
You know,
did you have parents that liked them?
No, you know, I never had any consoles when I grew up. So the only exposure I had to like stuff was when I was like probably 7 or 8. My friends had Nintendo, but I had a PC starting about like that age. So 8, 9, like, so and then basically I was just unsupervised and I played all day, every day. So, cause I was homeschooled, I would just be like all the time. So, yeah, I think, you know, I probably should have been supervised a little bit more, but hey, I turned out fine.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
I wasn't allowed to do any of it. I had like
you
cap.
were.
I
really?
mean, well, I had a cap on my time.
Oh, for sure.
And it was very rigid. It would
like
actually
30 minutes?
30 minutes. And
yeah,
the games I had were like putt-putt
Yeah.
And I played the first Harry Potter game on the PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was that weird one?
It was bizarre.
That was
yeah.
bad game.
Yeah, it was not a good game.
It's
no.
a really bad game.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It's low quality in every way.
It was very, very low quality. And then my parents got me The Sims, and they didn't realize that you could be really twisted on that.
Oh, for sure.
So that was
That's
kind of
too
when,
much freedom.
Yeah, but they didn't know. They didn't know anything
they don't know
about
anything,
it. They were like,
no.
house building? That seems fine.
Yeah.
It's like house building, fire starting.
Yeah.
That's really what's happening.
It's building a bathroom and just putting your curtain in there and burning it down.
I wasn't the only person who did that.
Everybody does that.
Oh my God, yes. I thought I was twisted. Individual.
Everybody just wants to. I mean, I always cheated. Universally, I would not. I'm not entering a video game and being poor. Like, it's just not.
Why do I want to live my real life?
I did it in Stardew Valley too. I was like, this plays like 5 hours. I'm like, I cannot struggle financially in this game. So I just hacked it. I found a hacker and I just gave myself all the money. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just shameless. I am an adult woman who can go ahead and hack the economy of this game so I have a more pleasurable experience.
Exactly.
Okay?
We don't need to be stressed and worried about bills.
Exactly. That's enough
costs.
of that in real life. No, I need to be able to renovate anything I want with impunity.
I wanted to put a pool in my house in The Sims, and you couldn't stop me.
No. This is why am I struggling financially in a game? That doesn't make any sense.
I'll tell you, The Sims has changed.
Oh, really?
I've been playing 4.
I saw like a mermaid thing going on.
There are
mermaids,
mermaids,
I really wanted to play that.
vampires. There's a whole magical realm. There's a lot.
I mean, I could get sucked in
pets.
easily. I could easily get sucked
That's
in.
what happened to me just a few weeks ago.
I played Fallout 4 exclusively. I was just building houses in Fallout 4. I'm not even exaggerating.
No, I believe it.
The majority of my time was building my, my settlements and I was obsessed with it. It's just literally, I walk into PAX and part of my heart fails. I'm like, I'm never going to be able to play all these. So
you will. We'll just make a list and just go down them,
Okay, let's do it. Thank you. You can be my game coach?
Yeah, I'm going to be your agent and your game coach.
I love it. This has been a really fruitful interview for me.
I have a lot of work ahead of me. Jeez, I better
Yeah, you do. Okay.
I've got to get all my things sorted. Someone's got to watch my cats.
Exactly.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks.
Really
we could do this all day.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.